Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Antioch Baptist Church. It's Pastor Hawkins coming to you live. I've got a special guest and a special announcement that I wanted to share with you all. But before we do that, let me get to this intro. All right, Ricardo, you'll be pleased to know that I created that intro all by myself.
You did really good. You did really good. Really
Yeah,
nice. I like the music.
yeah, did it all by myself. So, Antioch, I want you to welcome Ricardo Montgomery, one of the newest families to the Antioch family. And we're going to have a good conversation about one of the events that he is sponsoring in our community. And we'll have opportunity to hear a little bit about that in a second. But before we do, this is a great time for me to debut our new Antioch welcome song, which really is our old welcome song, but we brought it back and made it new. So hope you enjoy. We're gonna do the dance, y'all. We welcome you into our church today. We thank the Lord for sending you our way. And I want to let you know that our doors are open wide. So join us in the praise. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, and let's display. We welcome you into our church today. We welcome you into our church today. All right. All right. All right. That is the old Antioch welcome song, and it has been made new again. I'm excited about it. I'm
I gotta
excited.
work on those moves.
Yeah, man, you got to do all of that. Then you got to do all of that, and then you got to clap and do all that kind of stuff.
And the
And
clapping and the foot stomping. Yeah, I gotta work on
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
work on
We got
my.
a little bit of technology stuff. We need to put the final touches at the church, and then we'll be able to put those on the screens and at the beginning of worship. So that's kind of a sneak peek to where we're headed. So Ricardo, just tell us a little bit about as one of the newer families of Antioch. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your family, and what brought you to Antioch.
Well, first thing first is my name is Ricardo Montgomery. Um, well, small family of six. I have my wife Erica, my two sons Chris and Devin, and then my daughter Soraya and my granddaughter Kendra. Um, And so, yeah, we came here from Columbia, Missouri. Um, I don't like to say the cliche, but I gotta say the cliche. Like I've been here my whole life. I was one of those kids. Grew up in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So shouts out to the hometown. And I was one of those kids where we had like a huge family. My grandma had nine kids. So I'm in the bunch of all the cousins. We had like about 15 cousins.
Oh my.
And that she was watching over while the mamas and uncles worked and stuff. But so we would go have to go to church, and everybody went to the same church. And I get the name to the church a little bit, but so all my other cousins would get to the balcony, but grandma used to make me sit next to her in church. So it made me go to Sunday school and junior deacon and all these different programs. And I was like, girl, why me? So I guess the Lord and saw some things that that I needed to be away from everybody else. But
Uh-huh.
but yeah, so it's been a blessing, man. That God really looked over me. worked in broadcast television for almost 30 years, and everywhere I've been, I lived in my home state, Mississippi, Tennessee, Iowa, Wisconsin, Alabama, and then Missouri, and everywhere I've been, the Lord has blessed me with just good people who love Christ and made great friends there and had a great time because I always had that instilled in me to just find a church home everywhere you go, and so I thank God for that. And so what got us here is we just took a step of faith. We were in Missouri and looking for something different, and we was thinking about moving back to Mississippi to help raise my young daughter. Just change kind of the family dynamic, and my youngest son Devin and I was just talking about taking a quick family vacation, and it's kind of in 2021, and so we decided, hey, let's just take a trip to Omaha. And so brought the whole family in, went to the zoo and did all that. And my wife and I was just amazed at the niceness and the atmosphere and how things were here. And it was like, it can't be true. So we came back. And then when we came back, we was like, this is unbelievable. This may be a nice little place to live.
Okay.
And so a month and a half later, we moved to Omaha, Nebraska. So now we came here at the end of August, and by the end of by the middle of October, we had already uh, found the place to live and getting ready to move. So that's what got us
Wow.
here.
Wow. Man, that is an amazing story.
Yeah, and I mean it's been a blessing ever since we got here. Like just the joy of watching the kids just having fun, being in a different location, learning something new, um, and the way the Lord has really opened up doors for us. Just sometimes, when you move to a new place, you have those bumps and bruises because you're just not in the area where you used to. But it
Right.
just really, the move here really just helped us tremendously because everybody we've met um, has just welcomed us with open arms, just enjoyed, even finding Antioch. Like I said in the story, like my grandmother had me in church, and our church there was Antioch. And so 360, we find Antioch. so, so it was like, well, so I called mom, like, hey, mom, I think we're going to join Antioch. She was like, there Antioch up there? I'm like, yeah, you got to come visit. She was like, when I come there, I got to go to Antioch. I said, well, and so this is so Antioch is home because that's just where I grew up at. So it just felt good to be in the Antioch Baptist Church.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I had no idea that the Henry Dorley Zoo would have that profound of an impact.
Yeah, it did. It did. The zoo and then we went to Pizza Works and the kids, man. I thought the younger kids have a good time, but the older kids had a better time than the younger ones. So I was like, all right, well. And my wife just she just loved the way the city looks, and
Right.
she was like it's big but it's still small. So it just knocked us out. So
Exciting.
we are really thankful that that we came here to Omaha.
Exciting. Great story. So you've got a number of different talents and skills that you use to give honor and glory to God. Tell us about your podcast so that the people would know about what's going on there.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. So like I said, I've been in broadcast media for almost 30 years. So I worked myself up to, running the news department. And so I just took those talents that God given me over the years and wanted to put it towards Him, glorify Him. And so that's where all this stuff comes from. Um, my show is called Straight Talk with Ricardo Montgomery. It's a Christian talk show. And what we do, we talk about what's going on in the world today, related back to Christian values. The mission is to spread love, not hate. And so that's what we talk about. We just talk about loving on people and just being outside the box a little bit, having some fun because I know Christ has made us all, and some of us just like to have, tell a few jokes and just enjoy life. I know sometimes people like have these things you have to be super serious, but I know the God that made me just just a fun time, like to laugh and just have a good time, and I want to share that with everybody else. There's not too many places where you can just have questions. A lot of people um, used to come to me because they knew I was in church, and they just asked me questions about things that was on their mind that they just didn't feel comfortable asking a pastor or asking in Bible study because they feel like it would make them feel or looked at in a certain way. And so that's what this show is about. It's just about bringing in leaders and just asking those questions for them. Just take my journalistic background and just, hey, here's what we're discussing this week. Here's this pastor or this leader, and we just dive into the topic and trying to help smooth those conversations so that when they are at church or in a setting where they can just feel comfortable in asking those questions because you know we perish from the lack of knowledge. And so if you don't ask those questions, then you don't know what God has for you in those realms. And it's just and then it's just about spreading that love and letting them know God loves you no matter what it is that you see. So, but the show is on YouTube, so you can find it. Just put in Straight Talk with Ricardo Montgomery. Now, I do tell people do not just type in Straight Talk because you'll get the cellular phone service, the
Okay.
cell service Straight Talk. Just put in Straight Talk with Ricardo Montgomery, and you will. You don't even got to put Montgomery. You just put Ricardo or start spelling with the R. It'll find it right there. So
So
that's
you can catch it on YouTube, Straight Talk
mhm.
with Ricardo Montgomery. You can find it on YouTube, and you can catch it live Saturdays. Is it 6
Saturdays
p.m.?
at 6 p.m. Yep, Saturdays at 6 p.m. We broadcast out of Divine Truth Christian Bookstore here in Omaha. And that was another story because we moved here in the end of October, and I went there in November. They had no clue who I was. It took a little convincing to let them know, like, hey, I am a believer. but by January they was like, okay, come on in, and I've been broadcasting out there since January.
Awesome story. So I've listened to several of the episodes, and I think it was January. I think it was where you allowed me to be on the show, and
Mhm.
tell us maybe one or two of the most interesting people that you've had on the show.
Oh wow. Oh, so the show goes back for 2021. So we've had Brian Courtney Wilson on, fed Charles Jenkins on, and for his artist Jonathan Traylor has been on the show. But the most interesting for it's been the people. Well, my former pastor, I still call him my pastor, Pastor Epps, Damian Miguel Epps. He's been on, and every time he comes on, he just drops some type of knowledge that just blows my mind. And and um and one other is you also, not to like but you, Pastor, because I didn't know. We was joking on the show, and I asked you a question, and you was like, "No, I'm like plain Jane. I'm peanut butter and jelly." And I thought that was the funniest thing I've heard because I have that was like the first time you and I like really joked around,
Oh my goodness.
and when you said that, I was like, okay, I love this guy, man. He's just who he is. I'm like, do you take a suit? You like, nah, man, I'm just plain Jane. Let somebody give me, unless I gotta dress up, I ain't dressing. I'm like, yeah, I love this guy. And Pastor Buttermore from Standing Stone Bible Church in Gretna, and he came on because he was talking about after Resurrection Sunday, and when you're a new person and you want to give your life to Christ and you have this zeal, how do we help balance that? And he kind of completely flipped it around and just gave me and also everybody else a better understanding of how we should be that energized so that it carries over to the new believers and for non-believers, and in the minute that we're not that energized, it affects the way they see what Christ can do for them. And so the show brings in a lot of we have fun, but it also brings in a lot of knowledge to you know long time believers and then new believers to just let them know like how Christ is just working in everyone's lives and just give you a different perspective um, the love of Jesus and how it affects, in different ways.
Wonderful, wonderful. You've done a great job. I've seen several of the episodes. I remember the Courtney Bryan Wilson one, and I thought that was awesome. Like, wow, this is the same dude on Pandora. He's on his show, and a couple of people from local. You interviewed my pastor, Pastor Parker,
I
my
got
friend and
Yeah.
brother, and also I caught a little bit when you interviewed Pastor Epps. He's come to Omaha. He came to do my anniversary, must have been maybe my third or fourth pastoral anniversary. Right after we became friends, at that time, he was the president of the Iowa convention, and I was the new president of the Nebraska convention. And so we became instant friends. Just a great brother. Looking forward to having him back at the Antioch Baptist Church this December 2022 when I celebrate 10 years of pastoral ministry. I thought there is no other person that I would like to come and share this day with me than my brother, Pastor Epps. And so it is just a great, great honor to know that brother and to know that he was your pastor and I've got big shoes. I'm not even gonna try to fill his shoes. I'm gonna just try to have some other pastor shoes
Well,
and
just don't mention basketball to him, just because we played a game of basketball
oh
a
Lord,
few years back, and he and I had a little back and forth. So
oh Lord, oh
he'll tell the story a little different, but
oh my goodness.
at the end of the day, his team won because I'm pretty sure he'll probably see this interview. But his team won, so I ain't gonna say and act like his team didn't win. But I did get a couple.
Was
I
Epps
got a
cheating?
couple moves in on.
Oh, you got some moves in on him?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
got some
You,
moves
you
in
got
on.
any video?
We got a little video that's out there. I ain't gonna surface it up because I don't want them calling me up and getting on to me. But also, Pastor, I just with the show,
Yes, sir.
the great thing about the show is that we talked. I want to talk to, like, yeah, it's great to have the Brian Courtney Wilsons and the bigger names, but I love the fact with my wife's help that we dig with the homegrown people who are in the midst of what people are dealing with. Um, you can like yourself, like having you on the show, and people who know you and can get to you, and it just has a better effect when you talk about the love of Christ, because when you have people who are in the midst of it and they're with someone or giving advice to people, it just means more to the people. And that's what I really love about it, is just having those homegrown people right here in your community, that you can know, that you can touch, that you can talk to, and not have, like, you hear the big names and you just can't reach them, because you know they're somewhere far away, or has a very busy schedule. But when you have people who are right there in your community and they're telling you about the love of Christ, I just think that means more when it comes to your relationship with Christ.
What a blessing. What a blessing. What a blessing. So let's turn the page a little bit. There is a particular event that is coming up next week called the Gospel Music Showcase, July 12th. What is that all about? And tell us about this showcase.
Well, this showcase is really trying to get Christ out to the community. Uh, I always see, like I said, with the show, and I did radio a few years back in Missouri. Everything we have done, it's been kind of, you know, at the church or close to the church or something like that. But I wanted to bring it to the community, and they also showcase independent gospel artists. That's what this is about: showcasing independent gospel artists, kind of thinking outside the box. Um, because one thing I do have a heart for is independent gospel artists, because they are the future. Yeah, we have the big name Kurt Franklin's and all those, but these are the one that's coming up, and they're really ministering in so many different ways. But there's no place for them to really perform outside of church, and so the Lord kind of blessed me with the ideal of, you know, taking ministry out into where people are. Because I did a research and there's like millions upon millions of people listen to gospel music, but a lot of them aren't coming to church. And so let's take it to them. Let's take it where they are. And so that's what this is about. It's taking it to them. It's going to be at the Detox Lounge on July 14th. Um, Doors open at 7 p.m. And we have 5 artists. I'm not going to say no names, uh, but it's just gospel music. So if you want to hear a good night of gospel music, come out to the Detox Lounge on July 14th at 7 p.m. Here's some great independent artists right here in Omaha, um, and just sit back, relax, and just enjoy. And if I'm just I'm gonna let the Lord do what He does from that point on. But whoever comes in, just let the Lord move and really support these people who are really out here like every week, every weekend. They're just giving their ministry and song, and we should give them honor. I know there's other Christian events going on, but a lot of them, some of them just doesn't help. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but some just doesn't bring out these independent artists. And so we need to really support these people because a lot of our good talented people are leaving our area to try to find success somewhere else. And this is a great city and really got a heart for Christ in this city. I've seen so many people. There's so many different things going on that has ministry work in it. And so we just need to give these people that platform to be able to let someone else see them, discover them, and just enjoy who they are and follow them on social media and support them.
So one of the things I really appreciate about the origins of what led to the Gospel Music Showcase is the platform that exists and those that um, you were seeking to minister. So tell us a little bit about the Detox Place and how all of that comes together with the Gospel Music Showcase.
Yeah, well, the Detox Lounge, my wife spoke there a few months ago. And so as she was in there speaking, of course, I'm supporting her. Um, I've heard people in there talk about how, God was helping them get through this and how God was helping them through that. And a lot of them was coming off, drugs or whatever stronghold that they was dealing with. But none of them in the time I was listening to all these different speakers come up, they wasn't saying like, what church they're attending or, all these things. And so, um, one night I was at home, kind of in my prayer closet, and just thinking about things for the show. I'll be honest with you, I was thinking about my television show, to be honest with you. And the Lord kind of said, you know, uh, music showcase for independent artists, and so I was like, wow, where can I do that? And it was like the Detox Lounge because this is where people are coming to. They know me, but they don't know me, and so that's how this all got started. It really was a work of God that came into my heart, and I started putting things together and talking with the Detox Lounge, see if they'd be interested in this showcase. And before I do anything, I've always been, like I said, I grew up in church. So before you do anything in ministry, you check with your leader. And so I checked with my pastor and ran the idea by him and just see what he thought to make sure it wasn't like I wasn't thinking for myself. I was actually thinking ministry. And so once my pastor said, first I check with the wife first, that, ministry starts at home. But once I checked with my pastor and he said, it's a pretty good idea. I like what, I like what you're doing. Then I want to start to go forward with it. But yeah, this is just really to get people who know God and just have this thing, but sometimes there may be different obstacles that's in the way. And so we want to use the music and give the independent artists a platform to be able to perform, and get their ministry out there and just in a different area. So that's how it all came about. The Lord really just opened up that door, and I guess He gave it to the right one because He knew I would run with it as soon as it all kind of meshes together and just do the checks and balances and pray over it. And so now, yeah, so the Detox Lounge is they're excited to have it. They were looking for something that was completely different, and so it just all balanced itself out. So I'm excited for it. I really am. We have some sponsors behind it, and I'll mention those sponsors later. But we have some sponsors behind it, and now I just need to get some people in the door. We get some people in the door, and we just have a good time in the Lord, and and it's great to be able to just have worshipers just worshiping God with just just regular people. That's what it's all about. It's about just enjoying this music and enjoying what God has done for us through song and just outside the walls and just outside the box a little bit, just to enjoy ourselves.
Wonderful, wonderful. So going to the Detox Lounge on July the 14th next week is not only an opportunity to support independent local gospel artists, but it's also opportunity to show the love of Christ to people who are in a recovery process in their lives and may not be connected to a local church.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, yeah, that opportunity. Like you said, it's really just opening up that that door. A lot of times, even some folks in church, like we have certain things that has that stronghold over us, and sometimes we don't get to express those things. But this is a night where you can express that and just let the Lord move the way He move in your life. What I really like about this is that the fact that we get to just enjoy what you know, just non-members or people who have, church hurt or something, and just celebrate the Lord with them. You don't got to know all the things that's going on, but it's just an avenue to where we all can just show ourselves and just have a good time, and people just see that, like let's say like you, pastor, they can see like, oh, the pastor, he gets up and clap his hand and dance and have a good time. It's not that bad, So it's just a place to where you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. And we need a night of gospel music here in Omaha. We need that. We need to know that that God is in control and not use our radios and things like that. We need a night of live gospel music here, and no better place to do it than outside of a church walls, because sometimes we do have those strongholds. Some people may not want to go to a certain church. Some people may not want to do this, but put it at as they say in football, at a neutral location. Everybody can just enjoy themselves.
So where is the Detox Lounge located?
Detox Lounge is located on North 72nd in Blondo. North 72nd in
72nd
Blondo.
and Blondo.
Mhm.
72nd and Blondo. I'm thinking of my mind to 72nd and Blondo.
Yeah, it's I think it's like a gas station right there at that area. I think it's a
Okay.
African braid shop or something like that right there in the
Oh, okay.
corner. Yeah.
Gotcha. 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 So if a person wanted to, are there tickets? How do you get tickets?
All right, so here's the unique thing. Now, I'm so thankful for my sponsors. Um, you can go to Divine Truth Christian Bookstore, and you can go in there. They have tickets available for you for free. All you gotta do is just go in there and tell them, "Hey, I would like a ticket for, the Gospel Music Showcase." The Family Fair has is a sponsor of it, um, and but has a few churches from out of state who believes in this, and so they purchase tickets, and so you can reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram or um, um, at Straight Talk and just say, hey, I would like some tickets. So that's, I mean, or you can just purchase your tickets online. There's a web link that you can get your tickets for this event. It's $15 for the tickets, but I strongly suggest go to the sponsors because they already took care of your ticket costs. You can just go there and pick them up. Um, but we're, I'm truly blessed to have these sponsors to just you know get these tickets and just basically just give them away because that's what we want to do. We want to be able to you know they support this and this vision of bringing our community together. One of the big thing is to bring our community together. This showcase is dropping denominations. We're having all kinds of genres of independent artists. I mean, from gospel hip hop to contemporary to urban gospel. Doesn't matter if it's Christian music. We want to be able to have that performance, and we're coming from all of the areas, churches like Antioch, churches like Reality Church, Southwest Nazarene Church, like all these different churches in the city, Salem Baptist, are just helping us with this mission of really just getting Christ's love out to the people, out to our communities. No matter if you're in Gretna, if you're on the north side, doesn't matter if you're on the west side of town, doesn't matter where you are. These different churches are just coming together and it's really helping us get this out. So if you want to reach out to Pastor Hawkins and say, "Hey, Pastor, can I get a ticket?" then he'll have one for you. Or you can just get them online. But I want to just strongly suggest, like I think even what's the name of this? Styles of Evolution on North 24th Street, right there, North 24th and Lake. You can go by there and get yourself. Just tell them you want some tickets, and just we just want to be able to get it out. And also, this 95.7, they're giving away tickets too. So and so you can get tickets pretty much these locations or some churches, and then also listen to the radio 95.7, and we're early in the morning, not throughout the day, because I don't want y'all getting all that hip hop stuff up in you. But um, in the mornings when Brother King is doing his show, he give away tickets then also. So
Wonderful, wonderful. So you can go to Divine Truth and get tickets, and
mhm.
Antioch is going to have some tickets available. Antioch will sponsor some tickets, and so if you come to worship on Sunday and you don't already have a ticket and you'd like to get a ticket, just let me know, and we'll have a handful of them at Antioch for worship on Sunday morning as well. And so we look forward to this. Now, the 14th is Thursday,
Thursday,
correct?
yeah,
And
yes
what
sir.
time?
7 p. Doors open at 7 p.m. It'll start about 8, and so we have you know, multiple people from around the city to come in. So if you get there about 7:30 ish, we're gonna let the DJ crank it up, take you out back with some good gospel music from, the old school Kurt and Mary and all those good things. Get you up and going, man. Get you in a good mood, get you smiling, get you thinking about this, get you ready for the show. So I'm really looking forward to that because I'm looking forward to being there myself and just doing a little having myself a little dance, doing a little stomp, something like that, just to get yourself ready. So I'm trying to keep the artists a secret until they start to perform. But these artists have a true love for Christ, um, and just different genres. Excuse me, different genres of music. So I look forward to just giving everybody just a little something of everything. It's not just one thing. You're not just coming in, you're just getting a gang of urban gospel, but you're getting everything. You getting it all. So, and I'm just thankful for so many different churches really to really support this initiative because um, a lot of them saw the vision and I'm hoping that when we go forth and oh yeah, and this will be um, monthly. So next month we'll have another set of five local artists, and then the next month we'll have another set of five because we got to keep it going. We want to be able to. I don't want to give you something once and then you have to wait another year. Um, we deal with stuff all the time, so to be able to do this monthly is really a blessing. To be able to have different sponsors behind it and really just giving the community something that we can enjoy at least once a month because as I grew up hearing, especially in church, you get full on Sunday and you got to come back and get yourself something on Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday you got to wait back to Sunday. So I want to give y'all a little something to get you going, get your weekend ready. Once you get done with Bible study, get you something for the weekend, at least once a month to get you ready to go right back into it again.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know several independent gospel music artists, and I'd love to make some introductions to you. And people that I know in the city and that are doing great work in that genre. And so hopefully I can be able to be a link and introduce you to some of these independent gospel artists. So once again, we're just about our time is just about up. So you can catch Straight Talk with Ricardo Montgomery on YouTube. You can catch it live Saturdays at 6 p.m. And this coming Thursday, July the 14th, doors open at 7 p.m., is the Gospel Music Showcase at the Detox Lounge on 72nd and Blondo, an opportunity to support local independent gospel artists at a location where we have opportunity to show the love of Christ to a largely non-churched audience,
Hmm.
and great things are happening here in our city. And we thank Ricardo Montgomery for sharing that with us. Anything last things you want to say with us
Yeah,
before
one
we?
last thing I would say. Like I said, I done radio and back in Missouri, so I got to get to know some different record labels, getting all these different people on the show. But one thing I am blessed to have is that I have four record labels who are interested in knowing what's going on out here. So we have some representation. Well, not representation. They're using me to find them some new artists. So never know. You may end up sitting there and hearing somebody who end up being on someone's record label soon.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So that wraps it up for today. And I'm thinking about this might be a recurring segment where I come back on from time to time, highlighting what's going on in the membership as they're doing great things to give us opportunity to support, celebrate, and encourage the good work that's being done at Antioch Baptist Church. And so let's hit it one more time. We're going to finish off where we started. And well, I thought I would do the welcome song. Maybe I won't do that. I'll just do that at the
I was
end.
hoping it was because I was going to work on my moves as we listen to it. So,
Listen, man,
but
I got another TikTok that I'm gonna do next time. But let's hit this as we end our broadcast for today.